My name is Martin. For the past 4 months, I've been building my first ever tech startup, Bench. What Bench is doing is building an AI copilot for hardware engineers. So, if you imagine GitHub Copilot, they're improving the workflow of software engineers, they're making them more efficient and making them write better code. We're trying to do the same for hardware engineers, so mechanical engineers, electrical engineers, whoever else who's designing and building hardware products. How did we get here? Basically, I've been wanting to do this for the past 5 years, probably. I always knew I wanted to go into business ever since high school when I started my first dropshipping stores, my first SMMAs, went the usual route. Did that first in Poland, then moved to London, moved my agency here with me. Loved the space, loved business, loved making money. But I always felt that void, that gap. I knew I wanted to build something in engineering. That's why I picked mechanical engineering as my university course as well. So I always knew that I wanted to pursue a bit of a different path than all the gurus on Instagram, gurus on YouTube, Iman Gadis and the likes kind of selling you courses, which I bought as well, on a side note. I always knew I wanted to go into tech. That's why during university I founded Hyperlink, which was a team that built London's first Hyperloop pod. It was a team of 70 students from across 5 different universities, engineers, business analysts, marketing people, salespeople, whoever else. And over 2 years, we built two Hyperloop pods. Sorry, we designed two Hyperloop pods, but we built one of them, raising 60K in the process. And then we traveled around the world showing it across Spain, Canada, Netherlands, at conferences like the European Hyperloop Week. It was a huge success. I loved every second of it, and ever since then I knew I confirmed that for a fact I do want to be a tech founder and build tech products and lead tech teams, and I loved it. After university I went to a job. The job was essentially venture building. You can call it strategy, consulting, whatever. But my job was to build companies for another company, a group of companies. My job was to create page decks, create financial models, come up with ideas for new companies to build. That was a great foray into the real world of building companies. Learned a lot, got to work with many millionaires, newly billionaires, pitched to them, learned how to do that, learned how to hold myself in those rooms. Was great. But again, always knew the goal was to found a tech company. So when an opportunity came up to join a startup accelerator called eWar, I applied immediately. It took me 3 weeks to write my application, but that's a side note again. Luckily, fortunately, I got in. I guess over the years I did create my story, did create my brand, you can say, and I tailored my whole, I guess, CV, not literally, but my achievements to be able to impress a future investor and be able to convince them that I can build a tech company. And now I'm doing that. So I did eWar for 10 months. It's a 10-month long program. During that program, I came up with my idea for this startup. It was a process. I tested many different ideas. I thought of many different ideas, but eventually settled on this one. Got my first investment from them, and now we're officially in the game. So we have raised you can say, pre-seed round from them. It's not quite pre-seed, it's before that. It's not quite an angel round because they're institutional, so I call it a pre-seed round. But we've got our first funding and we're building now. And who's we? It's myself and my CTO, Raihan. He's also an engineer, great with AI, we make a great team. So we've been building this for the past 4 months now, and it's been a journey, especially the first 2 months before we had our investment. It was very, very uncertain because I quit my job to do this, and I didn't have any income, so I was living off of savings. Again, I always knew I would do this at some point in my life. That's why I did have the savings in the first place. But still, it was quite uncertain. Luckily, one day before Christmas, I did get the email that we are getting the money. And ever since then, I'm not gonna say got less stressful, probably more, or more so different. Been enjoying every second. So where are we now? Basically, we now have a few proofs of concepts, so POCs for short. So pieces of software that we have built for specific clients, specific partners, for them to start playing around with and testing. So we call them design partners. What we do is we give them our software for free in exchange for their consistent feedback on the software, so we can actually create something that customers want and will be using to avoid the typical and most common problem of why startups fail, which is they build something nobody actually wants. So we're really trying to avoid that. We now have one design partner signed, a few more others in the pipeline, and we're working hard. That's my job here. It's working hard to get more design partners on board. So basically selling. This is the current state. Our next steps are raising an angel round. So as I mentioned, we have our first funding round, but it's only going to last us until April. I want to raise an angel round roughly in March or April. We're looking for 2 angels now, preferably in the manufacturing or engineering industries, to help us get better introductions for people in the industry, get more clients, and get kind of advisors who are could help us develop a product that's useful. Now we're in the process of talking to investors and trying to close deals. So about this channel though, there's a lot of things I mentioned in this video. I couldn't go into details this time, but basically on this channel I'm going to be documenting my journey. So we're going to have weekly videos of me speaking about how the whole thing is going, what are the current problems, what are my current concerns, how I'm solving them, what I'm doing to solve them, essentially to help the ones of you who want to start their own startups in the future to be able to do the same. Maybe I can shine some light on what the journey looks like in reality, what you can expect, how to solve some of the challenges we solve in the process and some of the challenges we have solved already. So hopefully it can be of help. As we go on, I'm going to be expanding on the topics that I mentioned here. So how to get your first investment, how to get into an accelerator, how to build your first POC, how to find a co-founder. We'll see. Anything basically I feel like, or that you guys feel like, but probably myself for now, I'll be speaking about over the next weeks and months. And should be a fun journey. So thanks for watching. Drop a sub, and it's gonna be fun.